this. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh my gosh, where do I even start? Okay. Hey, my name is Gabriel. Just wanted to thank you for tuning into this video. It means a lot. So, ever since I was little, I never knew who my biological father was. I never really thought too much into it, and I guess thinking that I'd eventually start looking for him, because I've known for a very long time. But alas, I decided to pursue the journey of finding him with taking a 23andMe DNA test. I took it back in 2019, and it was the best decision I ever made. It was definitely one that started this journey, and I think if I didn't take this first step, I wouldn't have even started, you know? I think there's a little hesitation when starting the whole process, and I think my whole process through going through this was just kind of just going, like trusting the process. All I can say, I wasn't really thinking too much of it, what I was looking for, what were the outcomes. I just kind of, you know what, let's do it. I want answers, and 23andMe was the answers. So I did the 23andMe test, and that was the first step.
Right now I just got my email for my results, and now I'm getting ready to look at the results. I'm nervous a bit. I've always been interested at knowing my background. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I can't do this. Oh my gosh, because we always knew my mom's side of the family, but we never really knew my dad's side with my results. And I don't know, I can't. Oh, it's just a click. I just gotta click the Ancestry. I can't do it. Ancestry Overview. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I can't do this. Wow! Wow, 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 wow.
So, looking back, I realized how many times I said wow in that video that I have to go back and say everything. But this is what the main page looked like for 23andMe. I had this, and I was very shocked to see this. I was like, wow, because the first thing that I noticed when I got my results was to see that Native American. That was pretty cool to see. I did not expect to have that much Native American, which was exciting. So I then clicked on my view ancestry composition. When I clicked that, it took me to the breakdown of everything. I was just blown away because, as you can see from this wheel, this is all my DNA, and each color corresponds to the DNA sections. And just look at that map. It's just like filled in a lot of areas, and that was just very shocking to me to see like how my DNA has been like coming from lots of places all over the world. It's just wild. It's crazy. It's exciting, you know. I learned things that I didn't know on my mom's side, and then I learned things a lot on my dad's side. I didn't expect it, you know. It was very, very humbling experience to figure out your background of your the biological parent you didn't know, and then not only that, but to know parts of where you're from on my mother's side. Like on my mother's side, that was exciting to find out, because like nobody knew like where we were from, like in Europe or in Africa. Like it was just crazy. But the biggest thing that I didn't expect for 23andMe to tell me was that I had recent ancestry in the Americas. That was very shocking. That was probably the most shocking thing I didn't know. Like it just took me completely off guard, and it pointed out that they found recent ancestry in Nicaragua, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. That not only did this this DNA test like tell me my breakdown and background, but it also told me like the specific location in like the Americas. It was crazy to me. Like this was wild. I could not believe it. So, and then like, with 23andMe, they update every so often. So like the results that I got this test back in July, I believe, of 2019, but they update so often. So this was updated September 26, 2019. And of course, my results updated because when you have 23andMe, when you have a parent take a test, it precises your results a little bit better. So my results changed a lot since the original recording date of that video. So, but other than that, like 23andMe is pretty awesome. Like it shows you your ancestry timeline that it gives estimates, and it was just very cool to see how basically how many generations that ago I could have had a resident a family member who was from that like area. Like it was just crazy. And not only that, but it tells me like how much I got from which parent, and then it gives you the breakdown of what I got from the particular parent. So like it was pretty cool to see, this would be my mother's side, and then this is what they think my biological father would have had and stuff. That's what their predictions. So that was cool. And you can connect to people. But the crazy thing that I thought was like beautiful to see was like the mix of like each color represents a different like group, like ethnic group. So I was just very like humbling to see how many different colors and like DNA strands that I carried in me. Like it's very exciting to find that out. That's just all I'm gonna say. It was awesome. So 23andMe was pleasing to me. Like it was a start to this.
Now comes on to the second portion with getting your 23andMe or DNA results in general. So I knew that when I took the 23andMe DNA test, there was a slight chance that I could find out who my biological father is, and not only the DNA portion. I figured, there's like billions of people in this world, but I just need one relative to take it in order for me to figure things out. But unfortunately, in 2019, that did not end in that light. I didn't know who my biological father still was. I had relatives that I could connect to that were from El Salvador or Nicaragua, but like it didn't really capture what I was looking for, and it was disappointing. I spent many days looking at it, waiting to see if I can, like, is this day gonna be the day that I find out who my biological father is? I don't know. It was quite like, took a lot like me thinking about it a lot, but I just kind of had to at times put it in the back burner and like wait it out. Not like back burner in the sense of not thinking it was important, but I needed to focus on other things in my life, and I couldn't live my life just checking every single day for a result that may or may not happen. With that being said, I contacted relatives, you know. I didn't have much answers from them to help me on my journey, but that's not their fault. I really had no information to tell them to even help them propel me into the right direction. So I just went through a time, and you know, I had moments where I was like not gonna continue. You know, I was like, you know, I got my DNA background. Gabriel, is that what you wanted? Is like, do you need to know more? That was the real question, you know. And I decided, you know what? Let's take it another step forward. I'm gonna go out and buy an ancestry test.
Now we're going to move on to the ancestry results. With these, I was pretty excited to get as well as the 23andMe. I took this test back in, I took it in March, but then the results didn't come until May 30th. That's when they came. So I was just thrilled with these results. So, you know, this is what the main page looks like. And then I clicked on Discover Your DNA story. And I was yet again surprised. And like, this is how you know these DNA testing locations do not lie. Because the accuracy between both DNA tests and how similar they were is just amazing. I can say that Ancestry is more precise, but I believe that's just because they have a bigger population who gets tested for who does Ancestry. But that doesn't really matter at this point. But anyway, with this, you know, you can see how where they found different parts in my DNA, you know, yada yada, on the globe. So it was pretty cool to see everything, and I was just pleased, honestly. And if anything, this ancestry explained a lot more than my 23andMe, because in my 23andMe this past year, looking for my biological father, and I didn't get anything, but I found out I had a lot of relatives who were from El Salvador, and then I had a lot of relatives who were from Nicaragua. So I was just like confused. But with Ancestry, it makes it clear that I have both in my DNA. So that was pretty cool. More specifically, yeah, that's basically it for this. But yeah, it's pretty cool how they did the different highlighting. The big thing about Ancestry is the trees you can build. You can make a family tree on Ancestry. But other than that, it was pretty cool to take Ancestry. It was very beneficial.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, why would you buy a 23andMe test and then buy an Ancestry DNA test? Well, when I was looking up, you know, videos, kind of not really too serious about it, but like how like people best found their biological father, it was like your best bet is taking 2 DNA tests, because you know there's a bigger, wider applicant pool of people you could possibly have a relative that connects with you. So I took the Ancestry, and with that Ancestry I got a hit. And let me tell you, it was pretty shocking, because like I said, I was trusting the process. I didn't really think too much into it about whether it was gonna work. I told myself that if nothing comes about from like this Ancestry test, then maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe it was just like to let it go, you know? But I mean, I guess everything worked out, and I think I Anyway, I found out that on Ancestry I had a close relative, and I was like, close relative? Because you know, well, you don't know, but 23andMe, all I had was like third cousins, fourth cousins, and like, you know, that just means that we were connected through like a third or fourth great grandparent. That's like really far up in the lines of generations. So like the only way I was gonna figure out my birth father is whether I had like a relative who shared a common grandparent. So, but on Ancestry, May 30th, I found my biological uncle. He so happened to take an ancestry test, and it was a hit. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. He was shocked. Shoot. But yeah, it was amazing, and I actually got to meet him. He's a pretty cool guy. You know, I was a little nervous about meeting, you know, people, but he like was so open to me and helping me. Well, yeah, as you know, I finally figured out who my biological father is, and that was like really exciting. I'm like shaking because I'm like, it's exciting. But anyway, as of right now, it makes it a little bit difficult with meeting family members because of coronavirus and all, you know. And don't worry, I got my mask. It's right by me. But I'm supposed to actually meet more family, you know, my biological grandmother this upcoming weekend. So I'm very excited. It's just another like chapter in my life. I look at it. I feel pretty happy, and I would encourage anyone who's looking for their biological parents to like try it out. Like, I mean, what can happen, man? I mean, like, you just need one relative, you know? So I would very recommend, if you're trying to look for your biological parents, you consider buying Ancestry or 23andMe, or even both, I don't know. Cause you could get a hit, you know? I didn't think this was gonna happen to me. I mean, you see this in like YouTube videos or like YouTube, what's going on YouTube? Anyway, movies or like shows, TV shows, but you never really see this. Like, I never thought I'd experience. I never thought that I'd find and figure things out. It was like, what? No way. But I don't know. But yeah, yes, I've talked to my biological father, and he's excited about me, and I'm just glad everything is worked out well. Like I said, it was just trusting the process. I trust whatever outcome was gonna happen, and that's how I went about things. So, yep. So I appreciate you tuning in on this video and willing to listen in on my story. Thank you, and see you in see you in another video. Okay, bye.